Have you ever felt like you're running a race you can never win? That no matter how fast you run, how hard you try, the finish line just keeps moving further away? For many adoptees, that feeling is a constant companion. It's this deep, quiet whisper that tells you you're not enough. It's a heavy burden to carry. You start life with the story that, for whatever reason, you weren't enough for your biological family, so you try. You try so hard to be the perfect child, the perfect sibling, the perfect addition to your new family. You try for the best grades. You try to follow all the rules. You do everything you can to prove your worth, so they won't get rid of you. But sometimes, even with all that effort, the connection just isn't there. No matter how hard you try, the puzzle piece doesn't quite fit, no matter how you turn it. And that's when a different kind of heartbreak sets in. You couldn't make it work there, and you couldn't make it work here. It feels like a fundamental flaw within you, a crack in your very foundation. Where do you turn when you feel like you don't belong anywhere? This feeling can make you feel like you don't exist, that you have to create a version of yourself that the world will see a version that's happy, well-adjusted, and strong. All the while, you're hiding the real you, the one who feels lost and broken, terrified that if anyone saw that part, they'd agree, they'd see that you were never enough. As sad as this is to hear, it is the silent reality for so many adoptees and those who have survived the foster care system. Only the people around us can truly help us heal and grow. It's all about taking the time to see who we really are and appreciating that person, no matter how broken they might be, helping us to participate in experiences that can help to heal the broken child and bring the real adult into being. Sharing our stories is how we start to heal those cracks and realize that we have always been, and will always be, more than enough.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening all, it's Bear here. And I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel, A Box With No Lid, a channel I'm creating not just to bring the awareness around the lived reality of trauma and complex trauma, removal trauma, the world that is adoption and the world that is foster care. But I like to bring forward what I've learned through my own personal journey as I'm an adoptee, as well as my many, many years as an advocate and as a practitioner, all with this simple hope. That yes, a part of it is to create and expand the awareness and the understanding around removal trauma, but also something you may learn or hear here will be supportive and helpful in your own healing journey, in the conversations we all need to have for our lives to improve, and to be able to build a life that you so rightly and justly deserve. Now, this video is also quite a personal one because I live in that space that is mentioned in the claymation. When you remove children, the folks, I've made countless videos for this channel. I've talked on stages and lectures and conferences and so forth around this. Preverbal early childhood developmental trauma alters a child's development. It alters a child's nervous system and how a child develops to interact with the world around them. That gap results in the early developmental years of that child not developing the ability to interpret and interact, the same as those that don't go through it, with the environment and people around them. And that creates gaps in socialization skills and socialization ability. That gap, when a child gets a little older and start to try to create and develop ways to interact, to socialize, and to try to find what will work and what won't, to be able to get what they need and what they want, to engage with solutions. Those gaps means those solutions 9 times out of 10 won't work or won't be received by those around them the way that that child should or hoped. That creates a belief, that creates a feeling, and for me and those that I know, and I know a lot of people in the world that is adoption and foster care that have this, that live this, that is devastating. You know that there is nothing you can do that will ever be enough. And you carry that through into your own friendships and your own relationships. And quite often you try too hard to compensate. You try too hard for it to not be seen, to not be found, to not be recognized, or in the hope that it will magically go away. But inevitably, those gaps, after a time, rear their head, and that your actions are not received the way you intend, the way you hope, and the same cycle of crap happens again. You're not enough. And the same socialization issues and arguments and disagreements and endings of relationships. And that same devastating feeling is right there in the core of who you are and right at the surface again. And it comes from developmental trauma. It is a direct result of developmental trauma, early childhood developmental trauma. It is not your fault. It's not my fault. It's the cause is what was missing from our childhood and the lack of understanding around it. And the solution to it is simple. We need to relive our childhood in an adult construct. Recently, I've come across adoption videos where adoptees who finally understood why their adoptive parents did what they did when they were young children, older than little babies, where they were 5 and 6 and they were just held and the mother rocked backwards and forwards with rocking them. Over and over and over again, all these things that you do with a newborn infant were done with these children coming up into adolescence. And when they finally got through the feelings that blocked them receiving that connection, and their nervous system getting to the point where it was open enough to receive safe and that connection, it fundamentally changed and healed that gap. And as I've said in numerous videos, co-regulation is key. And when you come across, videos where there are adoptees that openly express, well, I didn't get it when it was first happening to me, but I value it now. It changed my life for the better, and my life is now flowing brilliantly. That's what works. This is why I love talking with adoptees who feel their adoption, the ones that are truly are feeling that their adoptions were successful, their life has healed. They are aware of what their adoption process changed and how their adoptive parents worked with them, how their adoptive parents saw them. They were not there to meet the adoptive parents' needs. The adoptive parents recognized and learned the child, as I said in one of the previous videos. When that process plays out, it fills in those gaps. It is only through those experiences, and many of those experiences of connection, of working with another person's nervous system, of your nervous system engaging the way we are designed as human beings, co-regulation, the way an infant and a mother co-regulate together. The mother's nervous system teaches the infant's nervous system safe and how to respond with appropriate measures and appropriate interpretations over time, not just one experience, but years worth of those experiences. That heals that gap. And that is the path out of not being enough, to heal that devastating space that so many of us are in. I really hope this is valued. And as I said, this one's personal because I do live this one. And I personally know of so many other adoptees around that do as well. It is triggering, but it is also an understanding that it is not our fault. It is a consequence of developmental trauma, and there is a path out of it. And it's up to us to try to find that way if we can. And if not, at least we understand why we feel this way. Because in reality, we are enough. But words are meaningless in this. We need to pursue co-regulation with others in the experiences to be able to change it. And I just hope that you guys can find it within your reality and your world to be able to. I really genuinely hope that. And trust me, I do know how hard it is because I'm not there yet. I haven't found a supportive base comparable enough for my nervous system to allow that change, but I'm aware of what I need, so I'm constantly working to try to create it in the right way. I really hope you guys value these videos, and I really hope that they are helpful. As always, I love you guys' comments and feedback. Please be mindful, please be safe, please hit the like and the share button, please subscribe and support the channel. I thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you all next time.